Hello. Admit. Hello. I'm just letting everybody in. I should just did admit all.
Go to the blackboard.
Well, hello, Jared. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know how many students. Okay. I'm just going to do admit all. And that way I can get all the students admitted. All right, I'm gonna give it, it's not even quite 6 o'clock yet, but I'm gonna probably get it until like 6:03 and we'll get started because I know there's quite a few people coming on and so forth. I just had a session with my other online course and it actually went well. So we'll just do it this time. And I think that session took us like a half an hour, maybe a little over. So the same thing will probably happen. I got my notes and everything. So why did while I'm waiting, I'm gonna go into Blackboard and make sure I got us up and running. All right. Okay, so far there's only 11 of us. Did anybody enjoy their summer? Nice. I was supposed to go to Italy. That didn't happen.
I know it's not as fun as Italy, but me and my friends were going to go to Canada, and then that never happened either.
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh. Did anybody go away?
Nope.
No. Now, this is the time where I wish I had a Jersey Shore house.
Yeah, I don't know how far you live from, I guess, the shore, but I live in Manalapan. It's only like a 25, 30-minute drive to Belmar, so it's not too bad.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice. I live in Flemington. So I think it's like a good 45 minutes, you know.
Yeah, no, we can, like, me and my friends can make the plan, like, the morning of, and, like, hey, let's just leave in 20 minutes, and we're there within the hour. It's great.
Nice, nice. The only thing, one thing, I mean, when I was you guys' age, that's where we hung out at, either Belmar or Point Pleasant. And one thing I never understood, because my husband's from California, he was like, why do they always charge you to be on the beach? He's like, that's free. Why do you guys get charged? Like, I don't know. That's Jersey.
Stupid.
That's Jersey. I know.
Jersey's stupid.
Unfortunately, that's the way it's always been.
It's crazy how much money that, if you think there's thousands of people on the beach every single day,
Oh, yeah,
and they're making $5, $6, $7 a person, like, it's crazy how much money.
It is. I'm like, we paid for it for years. Like, why are we being charged? Never understood that. But at least if you go to LBI, because, you know, LBI is not like that. You have to stay for a week or two. At least, yeah. So, all right, let me get started. I guess it's 6:03. So, welcome to IST.
Wait, hold on. One of my roommates is in the class, and he's logging on right now because his iPad wasn't working, so now he's going on his laptop.
Oh, okay. All right.
He'll be in. Greg, how long? A minute, apparently.
Where are you, Jared?
I'm at my apartment in Lawrenceville.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Good for you.
It's me and 5 other kids on the baseball team.
Oh, how is that?
Good. Well, we started practice today.
Now, are you guys going to play?
No, not in the fall. We're not going to play against other teams. But in the spring, well, we're trying to still keep our spring season. So.
And you guys didn't even get a chance to go to Myrtle Beach for the spring break.
Canceled it the day before our flight was.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
It's all right.
I know. It sucks, right?
Big time.
And tell me about it. I'm so used to like seeing students. I teach online and face-to-face classes, and I'm used to seeing students, but now, forget it. This is the only way I get to see them. Did he get on?
Greg, you on? Dude, how long does it take? All right, hurry up. She wants to start. Hurry up. All right, man.
And of course, you guys are social distancing, so it's not like you guys can stick with each other, right? Or what? No?
Well, no, because we've been living together for the past month and a half.
Oh, okay, so you guys should be fine.
So we're all.
Oh, okay. All right.
Greg, are you in yet? All right, he's in.
This will take till about an hour or so, right?
This is going to take less than an hour.
All right, great. All right, thanks.
Less than an hour. Trust me.
All right.
All right. Okay. So I'm Professor Voldays. I'm not only teach IST-101, but I'm actually the course coordinator. So everything was created and everything and so forth. I've been doing this for years. Anyway, I just want to give you an idea. I know a lot of students like, why am I on this call? It's an online course. Yes, but I always do 2 sessions. I do the first day course, just kind of give you guys what the course expectations and content and where you can find things are. And then 2, I do a session in week 10, which usually lasts for like an hour and a half because we're doing a lab together, which is Intro to Alice, since a lot of people don't know basic programming, and we do use Alice. So let me get started. I'm going to start sharing my screen with you guys and go through stuff, give you the essentials, what you really need to know. Okay, let's do a share screen. Come on. Okay, here we go. All right, so I know it'll take a while to come in. So the 2 places that you always want to look at in Blackboard when I share the screen is my announcement page, and you can see week 1 information is already here, or in the week assignments, okay? So that gives you step-by-step what you should be doing, okay? So this week, you really need to register for my IT lab, okay? And then you have assignment, you have quiz in my IT lab to complete, and your first lab to complete, okay? So I just want to show, so those are 2 places. So anytime you're like, oh, I missed a class, what to do, don't worry about it. Just go to your week assignments, you know, and so forth. Another place you want to look at, that's the course syllabus, course schedule. Course schedule is important because it lists exactly. So usually I open things up on a Monday at midnight, and information is due that following Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So because we had Labor Day, which we were off, and we really started today, you can see here, this is the stuff we're doing today. We have our Zoom conference. You're going to register for my IT lab. You're going to do your first chapter 1 lecture, complete the quiz, and then you're going to do your first lab 1. And all that stuff is due by September 13th. Now you can say to yourself, oh my goodness, I forgot to complete the information or whatever. You don't have to shoot me an email and say, Professor, I forgot to do this or whatever. All what's going to happen for my IT lab assignments, I got to admit somebody in. what's going to happen for, oh, see, waiting room. Okay, hold on, guys. I got to admit, 2 people. Okay. What's going to happen is you can still do your assignments, but it's going to be 10-point deduction. So if you were to complete your assignment that was due on Sunday, you decide to complete it on the 14th, instead of getting 100, now you got a 90. Okay, so every week is a 10-point deduction. So if you do it 2 weeks from now, it's going to be 20-point deduction. 3 weeks now, it's going to be 30-point deduction, and so forth. Hi, Greg.
Hi, how you doing? I'm sorry about the difficulties earlier. My fault.
That's okay. Your roommate was yelling at you.
Yeah, I heard him.
All right, I'm just going over the course content, so don't mind me.
Okay.
All right, so then you have your announcement. I was telling everybody 2 places you want to go to make sure you find out if you're doing everything is your announcement and your weekly assignments, okay? And that's what's going to happen. Now we have what it's called My IT Lab. I will go over that a few minutes, but I just want to kind of give you more information before I actually go into My IT Lab. So this week you need to register for My IT Lab and start doing work. Okay, so a couple of things I want to tell you about. So say you're saying, all right, well, I have financial aid, it didn't come yet, I can't afford to pay for my textbook information, whatever. 2 things, all textbooks are electronic, okay? So they're all gonna be e-textbooks. Another thing, if you were to register for My IT Lab, for the first 14 days, you can still do work because we give you what it's called a 14-day trial period, okay? Before the 14 trial period, though, you have to purchase your My IT Lab software, okay? So now, if you're on financial aid, then you would have to go through the Mercer online bookstore and purchase your access code so you can have access to electronic textbooks and your My IT Lab software for like over $200 and something, which is ridiculous. Or if you say, you know what, I'm paying everything using a valid credit card, you can purchase your access and your online textbooks for $109.99, all right? So when you want to register, and I'll just show you, kind of go over the registration, you were to click on My IT Lab, you select My IT Lab course home. It's going to give you an agreement. You look at the agreement and so forth, and then you basically, where is the acceptance? Oh my goodness. You can say, hold on, I accept, and you click on acceptance. Now, those of you who've used like My Math Lab or any other type of lab using Pearson, you can go in and just use your same credentials, your username and password. If you don't know your username and password, or you never had some type of lab in Pearson, you're gonna create a Pearson account using Create. You're gonna put in all your credentials, everything, blah, blah, whatever. It doesn't have to be your Mercer email address. You can use Gmail, anything, just as long as you need to know all your information. Once you put in your information and everything's done correctly, it's going to send you to another site, and the site, like I said, is going to look like, where's my week 1? It's going to look like this, okay? And it's going to have you to either register if you already purchased material, click on an access code, or it's going to say use a credit card or PayPal. You can click on that, or you say, look, I don't have the funds now. At the bottom, it's a caveat, get temporary access without payment. It's for 14, not 17 days. I couldn't find one with 17, so I just put in this for 14 days. You click on it, it'll automatically populate you right into My IT Lab, okay? Just don't forget, and what I normally do, I always send email to students. So I'll send an email and say, hey, look, you know, your 14 days is almost expiring. Make sure you pay for your materials. Otherwise, if you don't, what's going to happen? It's going to kick you out of the software. You're not going to be able to do any work and so forth, okay? So make sure you do that. Here, students will say, and I always tell students, I said it on the announcement page, 3 things you can use. You can use a desktop, you can use a PC, or you can use a Mac. You cannot use Chromebooks. Why can't you use Chromebooks? For 2 reasons. Number 1, you're going to eventually, probably in week 10, download Alice software. You can't download software onto a Chromebook. Secondly of all, you're going to have to download Office 2019 Premium, okay? Mercer automatically gives us basic, and I'll show you what I mean by basic features. And then, but they also give us premium. They don't let students know, but they give you premium and you can download it. So what do I mean by that? What do I mean is, and I'm gonna do a new share, just give me a second. New share. Where is my information? I can go here probably. Let me see. I can click on, let me know if you see my email. You see my email info?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So in new share, what you want to do, you know, like if I was to, you guys are giving basic. So what I mean by basic, I can click on Outlook, the dots rather, and I can go to Word. So if I go to Word and I would do something or whatever, one of the features in, oh, it says my internet connection is unstable. Who's using, guys, get off the internet. Sorry. I live in Flemington, so I'm kind of like rural area, so I don't have files or anything. So forgive me. So anyway, so one of the things it's going to ask you for, like in a greater project, it'll say insert a file from another document. This is the basic feature. There's no insert file. I can go to insert. I don't know where it doesn't have it. Okay, it doesn't have file for, so this is very limited. It's very limited. So then I say, well, how am I supposed to do this? I had students to say in the past, what am I supposed to do? So what I tell students, I said, what you're going to do, you're going to, and let me just close that. Let me go back to Outlook. What you're going to do, basically, you're going to click on your account where you have your name. Let me move myself over. You're going to go to My Account. Okay, and you can get on My Account anyway. You can go in where it says Office Apps. You can go in through it that way. There's several ways you can go through, and you can install the premium version. Or you can just go into My Account right here, and it says Office Apps and Devices. You can install Office Premium up to 5 PCs or Macs, 5 tablets, and 5 smartphones, okay? So this is our agreement, our partnership that Mercer has with Microsoft, okay? So you're going to need the premium version. So if you don't have it on your computer, the first thing I would recommend for you to do is install the Office. I'm not going to do it because I already have it, okay? So now let me stop sharing with that. Let me go back to, where is my, oh, okay. I could have just stayed on it then. Let me go back to Blackboard. Let me know if you still see this, the Blackboard account again. Somebody let me know. Yes, no? Yeah? Okay, great. All right, so I also put some helpful videos for you in terms of if you don't, what I just mentioned about the 14-day, you can click on that, you can see the video. In the labs, when you do my IT lab, you're going to do what is called simulation training. You're going to also do what is called a grader project. If you don't understand what to do, this kind of shows you how to complete a grader project or how to complete the simulation training. And I'm going to go through that as well. But before I go into my IT lab, let me tell you a little bit about other stuff. So there's two places that you're going to submit coursework. My IT lab, which once you've done it, automatically submits, or you can upload your project and submit it, and Blackboard. Now in Blackboard, we're going to use Blackboard for several assignments. We're going to use it for Lab 5. We're also going to use it for homework 1, 2, and 3. For a final research project, you're going to be doing a final research paper, a mini final research paper, and then we're going to be using it for Lab 10, Intro to Alice, and Alice final project. So let me talk about your homework and your final research papers. So basically, your Lab 5, homework 1, 2, and 3 all lead up to your final research paper. So when the time comes, and you will know, and I will let you know, it says, okay, let's look at the IT topics. You click on it, there's 12 topics, 2 students per topic gets assigned. You're like, okay, I like something dealing with digital divide or autonomous cars or whatever. So then I click on the IT topic selection, which takes me to Google Excel spreadsheet or a Google spreadsheet. You put in your information, you put in your first and last name, and then that's your topic. Someone else come in, they put in the same thing. Okay, so now 2 people selected that topic, nobody else can select the topic. So then you look at other topics. So, but you can go to IT topics and it'll show you, if I click on it, it shows you the various topics that there are and which ones you want to look at and so forth. Okay, so there's a lot of interesting topics and we change the topics up every year. All right, so now I can say, okay, I want to go to, I have to do Lab 5. Okay, so now I'm in the week where Lab 5 is. There's information, you click on it, it leads you to a site, talks about how to find information from the library and so forth. Lab 5, you got to find 2 articles from the library, and then you got to create 2 references page. Well, this shows you how to create an APA reference page. One of the librarians, it's a video, he already created it and so forth. Okay, here it's important. If you click on homework and research, it gives you all the instructions. So basically homework 1 is going to be an abstract and 3 references. Homework 2 is going to be literally an outline plus the 5 references, because you're going to get 2 references for Lab 5, 3 references for homework 1. You're going to put them in together. You have a total of 5 references. Homework 3 is going to be a draft of your research paper, which is just going to be like your research paper. I always tell students, make sure you do your research paper, homework 3, like you're doing your research paper, because once I grade it, and if some students will do it right, not most, but I have a few students, the only thing I tell you, submit the same document into your final research paper. You already receive 100 on your final research paper. Okay, next thing, this is important because with technology, with science, with psychology, we use APA standards. English use what we call MLA standards. Students are used to doing MLA as opposed to APA. Totally different when it comes down to formatting, okay? We don't use works cited, we use the term references. So what I tell students, look at your homework. Okay, oh, somebody, okay. Augustine?
Yeah. What was this about the research paper? Sorry, it kind of broke up on my end. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, in addition to your information on my IT lab, we will be creating a mini research paper. So your homework 1 and 2 and your Lab 5 is going to lead up to your homework 3 and your final research paper, okay? What I tell students, look at these homework 1, homework 2, homework 3 samples. As long as your information is formatted, your citations are formatted like this, you cannot go wrong, okay? So
Okay.
all of the resource, I basically give you guys everything to help you become successful in this class. So just look at the samples and then follow the samples. Say, okay, I'm going to do my research paper on this topic, but I'm going to use the same samples. And I purposely put them as Word documents because what you can do, you can take out the information that's already in there, put your information in there, and keep the headers and so forth. All right? So that's that.
I have
Before
a
I go
question.
on, yeah, go ahead.
So we shouldn't work on any of this until you put that in the announcements, correct?
You got that.
We're not worrying about that until you say it.
Exactly. Don't worry about that. I don't want to overwhelm you with stuff. So yeah, absolutely. Great question. Okay. And then this is where you submit all your information there. There's also some research paper resources that you can look at as well. Okay. And finally, before we go into my IT lab, towards the end of the semester, like I said, I'm going to have another Zoom. We're going to go over Lab 10 together. You're going to download software beforehand. And then I'm going to discuss your Alice final project the same day that we do Zoom. So at that particular time, like I said, book like an hour and a half because it's going to take that long to go over information, okay? If you go in with me and do the work, you'll get 100 on your Lab 10. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you what my IT lab looks like. In order to do that, I'm going to have to exit student preview and then I'm going to have to go into instructor because as a student, I did not register. All right, so I'm going to click, not Zoom. I'm going to click into my IT lab, click into my IT lab course home. There are several ways that you will see how to do your assignments. And whatever's comfortable for you. Does anybody see the My IT Lab page? Okay, great. So there's several ways. You can go in, you can go through assignment calendar, or you can go in through course materials, and there's other ways. Grades, important information. All of your grades are going to be into My IT Lab. So whatever grade states in Blackboard, please ignore it because they're all going to be populated into My IT Lab. So if I was to click on grades, for example, and I don't have any because I didn't do any assignments, you're going to see here, this is what you're going to, 15% is Alice project, final exam, homework, lab assignments, midterm, quizzes, research paper. And anytime you do work, you can always see, I'm in week 6. What do I currently have as my final grade? Okay, Luke, give me 1 second. And all you have to do is you'll see final grade. Okay, Luke, you had a question.
Yeah, sorry if I missed this, but I don't know if you mentioned it. We didn't have to purchase the Alice software yet, correct?
Alice is free. Alice is free.
I'm sorry. All right, thank you.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Good question. No, Alice is free. Once you purchase your $109.99, that's the only thing you have to purchase. That's it. So Alice software.
The two textbooks comes with that as well.
Yeah, I'm going to show you.
$199.90. Yeah.
Yeah, I will show you the textbooks as well. So this is where you can see what your average lab assignments are, what your average quizzes and so forth, and whatever current grade you currently have in this class. Now I'm going to go back to my menu because what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at, if I was to go to, and I should have just stayed in there. If I go to course materials, waiting for it to populate. Like here, I can click on any of these and it tells me what I need to do and I'll show you. But one good thing about it, I have the PowerPoint labs and the PowerPoint lectures at your fingertips. So whenever you have a question about something, you're doing your quiz, you can do your PowerPoint lectures. These are the electronic textbooks. So you can click on electronic textbook. The Go is for applications, the technology in action, is for concepts. I'm going to click on it. If you don't see it, let me know. I may have to do a new share. I'm waiting for it to open. It's good because I tell my students you can use the electronic textbook to study, like for your midterms and so forth. Here it is. If I was to go, I don't need to go through that. If I want to start studying, I can click on study. Do you see these? Electronic textbook. It says the importance of computer literacy. Do you see that? No? Okay. So let me do a new share. Yeah, thank you. So you can go to the content and you can go to the chapters and look at it. You can also click on notebook and put in information. You can go to study. And if I was to study, you know, I can do practice. I can do matching cards or whatever. So you got a lot of tools that you can use for it. So this is your electronic textbook for your lectures, which is technology in action. Stop. Okay, hold on. Let me go back to screen share because it did stop. And then you also have the electronic for your go. Your lab assignments, quiz, exam. So if I was to click on exam, I automatically have the midterm study guide for you, okay? And if I go back, I have quizzes. I always tell students, so quizzes are your lectures, okay? I can click on a quiz. I can take the quiz and I can just put in whatever, crowdsourcing, I don't know, I'm just throwing something in, blah, 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 whatever. So there's 15 questions for each chapter. Your quiz, I'm literally, you can see, I probably got 0. Hopefully I at least get 1, right? All right. I know I can actually get 1 right because I'm going to do the last one. Of course, that's not right. Intellectual, consumer, I don't know. And then the last one is matching. So I can do that. So I know augmented reality is, it's not that. Normal, combinational sense.
No pressure. You just got the whole class watching.
I know data
I'm just
mining
kidding.
is patterns. Information technology is the field of study. Spam is unwanted junk mail. And then cognitive surplus would be, normal sense would be combination of leisure time. All right. And I hit submit for grading and I said finish. Now that's the 15 is probably the only one that I got right. Look at my score, it's 42.11. But if I was click on 15, see, I knew all those. So I got that all right. But everything else, I can look at it. Now, the good thing about it, and that's the one thing I always tell students, there's no way in God's green earth that you should never get 100 on your quizzes. Why? You have 3 attempts to take your quiz. So the first time I got a 42.11, no, I'm gonna take it again because I'm gonna make sure I pass it. And then I'll get an 80, but I wanna get 100. And it can tell me right here, it says, look, score 42.1, this big red circle red triangle with exclamation means I didn't pass it. I do it a third time, I get 100 out of 100, okay? So I passed it. So I passed the quiz. Same thing with lab assignments. So lab assignments this week, and you can say that quiz is due by Sunday. My lab assignments, which I just want you to review the grader instructions. It's not graded. It's just for you to review it, to see how it is, how are you gonna go about doing a grader project. This assignment itself is actually an assignment. So I can click on it, and I might have to share my screen again. I'm gonna wait. Okay. New share. Where is it? This, and I'll just share. It's a simulation. Okay. So with labs, you're always going to have a simulation and a grader project. Simulation is a practice, a grader project, assess what you just learned from your simulation. So the simulation, over to the right, it says on the home tab and paragraph, click show high to display the formatting mark. Well, I know how to do that. I know it's this. Next one, it says type internships. Everything is case sensitive, so make sure you type everything correctly, and then it wants me to enter 2 times. It moves on. It wants me to put in all this information. I put it in, I get incorrect action. I'm like, what the heck did I do wrong? So I'm gonna go down to the learning aids at the bottom, and I can either practice, watch the video, or read the instructions, which takes me right into the book. Say I wanna practice, I'll go to practice.
Type, this summer, Sturgeon Point Productions will be filming a short documentary in Costa Rica about its native birds and has positions available for 2 interns. Make sure to include the period. Press the spacebar.
Okay, so that I can do, I can put in, now I can start typing this summer call, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I'm done. Okay, let's enter the waiting room, Christian. And then I hit enter, it gives me incorrect action. Why? Because I didn't really finish it. Oh, it tells me now that I saw the practice, then I have to do it. Okay, and so I'm gonna do the summer, comma, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna hit enter, it gives me incorrect action, probably because I just didn't fill out the information. Now, those of you who are my Mac people, you realize that your PC keyboard and your Mac keyboards are not exactly compatible. There's difference. How do we get around that? If I'm a Mac person, it tells me go to control home. I'm like, I don't have a control home. I click on the launch on screen keyboard at the bottom right. It opens up the keyboard. Now I can do control and I can type in the word home and hit go. And it puts it right at the beginning, because control home puts it right at the top of the document, you know? So you can always use the keyboard because it'll tell you to do something and you need to use the keyboard in order to do something, okay? So I'm gonna stop sharing that. And last thing I wanna do is go back to, where's my IT log? Okay, so that's what I've done and everything. Let me see. Like I said, no Chromebooks, use Office 2019 Premium. I showed you announcements, weekly assignments, and Blackboard. My IT Lab registration, if you don't have the money, use the 14-day trial. Make sure you have your funds using PayPal or valid credit card before 2 weeks ends. And then you have assignments in both Blackboard and My IT Lab. Any questions? No? None? Let me stop sharing. No questions whatsoever? Then I did my part. Yay.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I gotta be honest, it's pretty straightforward. There was only one thing I had a question for, so yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. So listen, you probably won't hear from me unless you shoot me an email and say, hey, professor, you know, I'm having problems with this or whatever. I respond. I tell students, I'm the type of person, like I said, my major and everything was computer science. So I live, eat, and breathe computers. You know, unfortunately, that's what I do. So I'm always on a computer. The only time I usually go to bed, like it's around like after 11. Don't shoot me an email after 11 because you won't hear from me until maybe that next morning, okay? But other than that, you can shoot me an email. You shoot me an email over the weekends. I'm like I said, I was the type of person, I was going to throw in a thing that says I'm on vacation. Then I said to myself, where the heck am I going to go? I'm going nowhere. I'm always going to be on my computer. So just shoot me an email if you have questions. Anything else? If not, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Like I said, it's independent work. You can do your work and so forth. And just, yes, Luke.
No, sorry, I didn't want to go off, but I was going to leave. I want to say bye. Thank you. You did a great job explaining the course.
Thank you. I'm glad. Thank you very much. All right, guys. You guys take care. All right. I'll see everybody. And like I said, just shoot me an email if you need them. Bye-bye.